morning, everyone, and welcome to Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living, right here in good old Grants Pass, Oregon. And all you people in Zoom land all around the world, hello, and welcome to our service this morning. We're going to start out with an old favorite, Christmas song, Have a Holly Jolly Christmas. Yeah. Here we go. Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of year. I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Have a holly jolly Christmas. Walk through the street. Say hello to friends you know. Everyone. Oh, ho, the mistletoe, so you can see somebody good for you, so what's for me? Have a holly jolly Christmas, in case you didn't hear. Oh my golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Oh, ho, mistletoe, on where you can see somebody waits for you. Have a holly jolly Christmas, in case you didn't hear. Oh, by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. And Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas to everyone. City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile. And on every street corner you hear silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Strings of street lights, even stoplights, blink of bright red and green as the shoppers rush home with their treasure. Hear the snow crunch, see the kids bunch. It's Santa's big scene, and above all the bustle, silver bell, silver bell. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Hey, look at this.
Can you hear me now? Well, good morning. Welcome to the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Steve Van Meter, your senior minister. And you know what? You found yourself here this morning. This is a miracle. This is truly a miracle. Something powerful is going to happen, or is happening right now, because you decided to not hit the snooze bar one more time. Although I did, I was late this morning. But we've been expecting you, and thank you for not disappointing us. What would we do if I was speaking to all these empty chairs? I would carry on as we do. And we're going to carry on right now and do what we do every Sunday. We read our vision mission statement for our center. So please read it with me if you're so inclined. We are an open, loving, spiritual community dedicated to evolving consciousness, teaching spiritual principles. That's what we do here, is we teach spiritual principles. Sometimes it's through prayer, sometimes it's through meditation, and sometimes it's through disagreeing with each other and finding a resolution. Isn't that fun? Well, we have some announcements this morning. First off, we had a party on Friday night. I don't know if any of you got to come and partake with us, but I would like to do a thank you to Paula and Angie. And Angie, I think, is on our Zoom box today. And everybody else that helped out with the party. I don't have a list of people because the list is so long, but you know, it takes a village, especially when you're throwing a party. For 58 people, we had 38 people sign up and 58 people show up. So you know how that is. We were setting up tables and, you know, but hey, that happens sometimes. But I want to just say that our little church family is growing and getting younger and better by the day, aren't we? So thank you to everybody. We had a wonderful feast. I think we have some leftovers today. If you didn't get to be here Friday night, you still get to experience some of the food, so get in line after service. So thank you to everybody that helped with that. Our giving tree is all gave out. We have fulfilled all of the cards. I want to thank everybody that gave to all the kids. Yes. What an awesome experience. Our tithe for the last, I think, 2 or 3 months goes towards this too. This is go ahead. They do appreciate it. She's on the Qantas board, so yeah, the Foster's kids really appreciate it. It really makes their Christmas. So thank you to everybody. Let's see, we have some upcoming events. We have some classes. The Essential Ernest Holmes class is coming up, a spiritual development class starting Wednesday, January 8th at 6 p.m., taught by our own Janice Garibay, practitioner. And if you would like more information about that, you can talk to her. There is a sign-up sheet in the back, and there's more information. And if anybody wants more information about these announcements, these are the announcements that come in your e-news. I'm just repeating them for people who may have not have opened that email or who are not on our email list. And the books are in, so our Essential Ernest Holmes book has come in, so you can get those at the bookstore. And they're 10% off for students only. Okay. January 8th. Also, our Foundations of Science of Mind class is starting Thursday, January 9th. And there's a sign-up sheet in the back. We haven't decided yet if it's going to be from 2 to 5 or from 5 to 8. But go ahead and make a note of which you prefer, and we will go with the census of what people want. And that is a class that costs $200. That includes a $40 certificate fee and $20 for the workbook. And you do have to have the Science of Mind textbook. And sign-ups are in the back. Grooving into Gratitude Circle book study starting Sunday, January 26th from 12 to 12:30 with our own Deborah Perdue. Yay! Wave your hand, Deborah Perdue. There she is. So that is a love offering basis. And let's see. Together we'll explore Daily Gratitude Reflections Volume 2. And that's available in the bookstore. Come and amplify the gratitude together. As we know, gratitude is one of the key components to receiving, is giving thanks. Our ongoing events are our metaphysical book study every Sunday from 9 to 9:45 over in the LEC building, where we're still studying the Science of Mind textbook. And after that, we have a meditation that goes from 9:50 to 10:05, provided from the practitioners over there. So please come and have that. And today, our abundance class continues from 12 to 12:30. And there's a practitioner meeting. I'm not sure if it's going to go at the same time or if it's going to happen after that. But Deborah Perdue will help us to sort that all out. And we have a book that is on special today in the bookstore, The Prosperous Life Journal by Reverend Chris Michaels and Dr. Edward Williams. So get this, it's a 20% discount on this. Yeah, this is a great thing heading into the new year. Also, our teaching symbol stickers are now in. If you want to put these on your car next to your Respond with Love. This is our teaching symbol. These are $2 a piece. I just got these. If you don't know what this symbol is, it is for Van Meter. That's my last name. Only kidding. No, the teaching symbol, really quick, the circle is all that is. And the two lines are the triune nature of how the law works. So, in the Christian tradition, you have mind, body, and spirit, just like they do the mind, body, spirit when you do the sign of the cross, right? So the mind is your ideas. And you start with an idea here and you pray about it. It goes through the spirit of wholeness or the Holy Spirit. And then it becomes something in the manifest universe. This is where everything happens. So when you pray for something, you have an idea to pray, you pray about it, and it becomes something in the manifest form. And everything recycles and goes back through. That's why there's a little hook there. Because this is like this. We're always taking things into form and out of form. We're recycling things constantly, aren't we? So that's the teaching symbol in a nutshell. But if you want to know more about this symbol and how it works in your life, come to the Foundations class. Check it out. It's well worth it. And I'm teaching the Foundations class. Yes, I am. And let's see, what else do we have? Flowers today, I believe, are from Elizabeth. Where's Elizabeth? Thank you, Elizabeth, for the flowers. And what else do we have? Does anybody have a cell phone on them? Turn it down. So when God calls you, it won't interrupt what I'm speaking about, you know? Nothing more challenging than to have an interruption in the middle of your God talk, right? So if you want to put your phasers on stun, is there anybody here for the first time? Wonderful. I think we have a couple. Well, you know what? We're going to have to do a rain check. We have just run out of welcome packs, so you'll have to come back and get another welcome back from us. But we want to welcome you here. Thank you for showing up here this morning. We have been expecting you, and thank you for showing up and making this your spiritual destination for today. As you can see, there's a lot of people who have come before you, and you're paving the way for those who will come after you. So thank you all for being here this morning, and we're going to have a little music. We're going to stand as we sing, "We Are One." We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we shall live in harmony as peace has come. As we are one. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. And in this unity, we shall live in harmony as peace has come, as we are one.
Get organized here. These are sweet. Make sure you pick one of these up. Just put them on your forehead and you're instantly enlightened. Right? That was overnight. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Janice Garibay, and it is my great honor and privilege to be your podium practitioner today. So please join me in reading the gratitude on the screen. How thankful I am to swim in the flow of consciousness, flowing good wherever I go. What is a practitioner and what do we do? There is a gold sheet in the seat backs that helps explain what practitioners do. And basically we pray for and with you. And we hold consciousness for healing and knowing the truth. And there is also a prayer request sheet that's a yellow form in the back, seat back. And that you can fill out and make a prayer request. And you can also, I want to speak a word of hello to the Zoom people. Hi. You online also as well can fill out a form on the grantspassdsl.org online and make your request known there. And then we hold prayer for a week. And then you can submit another one if you want, if you haven't had a demonstration. But if you have had a demonstration, because you will eventually, you'll have a demonstration. And that means that your prayer will manifest in this world of form. And that would be nice if you'd share that with us. And you do that with the blue form. So the blue form in your seat back, fill that out and let us know about your demonstration. And then you can put those in the plates when we do the offertory as they go around. Or you can also put them in this box that's back in the corner there where Paula is seated. And that is our table practitioner today, Paula. And she is holding the high watch for us today for this service. And she's holding a great bowl of love and peace, harmony and joy and light for us all. And also, are there any practitioners here today? that would like to be around afterward, we can pray. Guys, you could grab a quick couple of minutes of prayer with any one of us. And also, Paula, she could direct you to a practitioner for prayer after the service. So let's speak the prayer together today. I am learning to flow with the liquid law, not stopped by appearances of solidity. I affirm that I can change my thoughts and thus change things in my life. So now please remain seated as we sing, I am love. So now I'm going to do a little talk, pre-talk. This month's topic is Sticking the Landing, and the weekly topic is Flowing Ground. You can't hold on to anything, for life is very fluid and transient. Ernest Holmes reminds us we are dealing with a fluent force. Here, Ernest Holmes depicts flowing ground quite nicely, I think, from this September 1997 paragraph from the Science of Mind magazine. Energy is eternal. The stuff out of which all forms are made is indestructible. In this vast change we live in, the flux and flow, the ebb and tide of evolution, there is a constancy, a consistent. There is in the midst of all movement something which does not move, and yet which moves all things. And I will add that that something resides within all of us. We can learn to flow with liquid law and not be stopped by appearances of solidity as we flow on the high seas of consciousness. I like to say that we learn how to surf the waves or dive deep while surfing through life, where impermanence and its transient nature in which we live can seem so daunting. Sometimes in life, it's hard to see the harmony and balance that is present amid the outer appearances of chaos and confusion. We must not get attached or hypnotized by illusions in the world of form, but be grounded by principle, which is permanent. To me, diving deep signifies going within my heart cave, in prayer and meditation, ever deeper into the inner sanctum of spirit, and commune with the divine presence within. We lean inward in consciousness to that eternal power, whatever you identify it as, be it Mother, Father, God, Goddess, Great Spirit, Buddha, Allah, or Tao, that is entirely up to you. For me, it is the indwelling presence, the divine presence, residing at the center of our being that has never been touched by human circumstances. It has never been hurt. It has never been harmed or disappointed. It resides at the center of our being and has never been harmed or disappointed. It is that place in me that never changes. It is perfect, whole, and complete. When life feels lacking in any area, I remember wholeness is our true essence. Wholeness equals oneness, and oneness is the spiritual truth. This life gives me gentle nudges and shows that life is mirrored in my perspective and my attitude, and that affects how I surf the current and tides of change. I know that when I change my thoughts, I change the course of my life. We know that all things, all matter, all of our thoughts, feelings, words, and actions are vibration. It is the energy of God. And our high spiritual practice is to indeed align our own thinking, our own use of mind and energy with the vibration of spirit. And then we can flow and be grounded by allowing the harmony of it to come forward, letting God be God in us and in all we do. Finding our heart is the activity of coming into alignment with original thought and vibration. Being in harmony with first cause, the source energy of the universe. That's the part of Taoism that says, relax, center yourself, and life be what it is. It's about finding the balance of resting in perfect action. So be grounded firmly in your heart center within you. And as you navigate the swirly-twirly moments of life, stay in the flow and fluidity of life and wear the world like a loose garment as you chop wood and carry water. Now let us go into the silence a few moments and reflect on these words and our beliefs. Now gently bringing your awareness back into the room. Let us pray. From this place of oneness, I speak my word. I know God is divine presence, operating in, around, and throughout all that is. I know we are all inseparable from this beautiful source energy because we are all spiritual beings living in spiritual reality. I speak a word upon everyone here and on Zoom, and I know that there is peace, love, harmony, and joy within each of us and in our community. I know that this service, the music, the food, and all the healing revealed here today is blessed. I know the words I speak are true, and I give great thanks for knowing this truth. I release my word now into the universal loving, living law of mind, knowing it is already done. And we can affirm this together. We say, and so it is. Thank you. Now we have some wonderful special music at Dave, followed by Reverend Steve's beautiful song.
Some of you might know I used to live in Indiana, and of course in Indiana we always look forward to the cold weather because we just got our brooms out and just started brushing off the snow and putting our ice skates on and going ice skating on the lakes in Indiana. How about that? Of course, you don't have to live in Indiana to do that, but hey, we always liked cold weather back then. Here's a song I'm sure you heard. You can sing along. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening, such a beautiful sight. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is the bluebird. Sing the love song, one walking in. The man who built a snowman and pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man. You can do the job when you're in town. Later on, we'll conspire knock 'em down. Well, when it snows, they ain't a thrillin'. When the snow gets chillin', all I can play, yes, we're walking in a winter Later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire. Face unafraid, the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. Face unafraid, the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland.
Well, thank you, Dave. Let's hear it again for Dave. To face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in the winter wonderland. Well, here we are in the midst of December, and our theme this month is sticking the landing. How are you doing? Sticking the landing. Are you still flipping in the air? Are you flipping out? Are you tripping out? Well, today's talk is flowing ground. Firmly planted in midair, aren't we? So, have you ever felt like the earth move under your feet? Do you feel like that sometimes? Have you ever been in an earthquake? Yeah, most of us have. Some of us have. I used to live in Southern California, and boy, what an interesting experience that was. You got used to the earth moving, except when it really, would jar you, and then it was an interesting experience, but you got used to things changing. At the end of a gymnast's performance, they have to stick the landing. You can't be like, whoa, whoopsie daisy. You have to stick the landing and act like you meant for that to happen. Can we do that in life? Sometimes we're like, well, I meant to do that. After all the twirls and swirls of life, we like to stick the landing, at least make it look good, right? And at the end of this year, this year has been a grand rising, and there's been a grand rising in consciousness. Has anybody felt the energy shift lately? No? Okay, just me? You ever seen recurring numbers coming up? No? Just me? Okay. Well. So, we think of this world as solid, don't we? When we wake up in the morning and we are just coming into consciousness, do we do a prayer to make sure that the ground is there before we get our feet off the bed? Do we okay, God, please put the ground there? No, we just roll the covers back and we stand right up and go off to make coffee or use the restroom or whatever our routine is. But we know that the ground is going to be there, don't we? I mean, you don't even think about it. What if our prayer work was the same way? That we were so confident in our prayer work that we knew when we prayed that something would happen in the same way, scientifically. Can you have that faith, knowing that you can stick the landing when you get out of bed? in the morning. There's been times that I've slipped getting out of bed. But that was because of the night before. It wasn't because of the morning. So we can all learn. Now, all right, moderation, Gary, come on, moderation. Save yourself for the after party. We can all learn to flow with this thing called the liquid law. Because the law itself does not change. Truth does not change. It's our interpretation of it that does. You know, when we are walking down the street and we go to step up a curb, and if we don't raise our foot high enough, we trip, right? It's not that the curb saw you coming and said, let's grow just a little bit more to trip them up. No, you didn't see it. You didn't calculate it. Your brain saw it lower. And then you trip over it and you look back like, what did that do to me? What did that do? You know, it always happens. They always do it to me. I'm the victim here. Don't we? It takes a shift in consciousness and a grounding in true spiritual principle to solidify facts. You are not so real after all. You are a metaphysical interpretation of a dream that the infinite is having. You are a dream that the divine is experiencing as only you can. Now, how's your dream going? Kind of lucid right now, isn't it? If you're having a dream, you're pretty much awake, alert, and aware within it. But what if we get to the next plane of existence and we go, wow, what a crazy dream that was? When we think that that's the dream right now. That's how real this experience is. Just as we have come to understand that our thoughts are things, we can also become aware that things in our form are part of our expression, are part of our experience. Change your thinking, change your life. If you think about how awful it can be, and if you worry constantly about things, and then you have more things to worry about, you're using the law perfectly. You are a divine demonstrator of the awesome power that flows within you. You just have to change your perspective. See, if we wonder and ask the question, how bad can it get? We're coming from a different point of view. What about asking, how good can it get? What's better than the best? What if this challenge was completely healed and worked out? How would my life feel? In Living the Science of Mind on page 84 by our Dr. Ernest Holmes, we believe in the healing of sick through the power of this mind. We believe in the control of conditions through the power of this mind. Can you change your life through the power of your thinking? Yep. You absolutely can. But it's up to you. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So what are you beholden to? You got to stop that stinking thinking. Because there's not a spot where God is not. So whether it is a personal misalignment with our own individual body, or a global misalignment with the body of this world, the infinite presence is greater than the appearance. It is always greater than the appearance is. We tap into this infinite presence by making ourselves available to it with tools of meditation, prayer treatment, visioning, if you know what that is. It's not visualizing, but visioning, which is tapping into the source energy and asking it, what is my greatest yet to be? And then listening for a response. You know, When we pray, we're transmitting our desires, our beliefs about the infinite. And when we're meditating, we're a receiving station. So we need to do both. We need to broadcast and we need to receive. But if we're constantly broadcasting and never open to receiving, then we aren't tapped into the full source energy. Any geologist or any quantum physicist will tell you the ground is as solid as we think it is. So how solid is the ground that you walk on? And if you live in an earthquake zone, you've had that direct experience of how solid the ground might be or not. The same is true of the ground of appearances that seem solid. There's an old saying, an excuse really, that's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. Puts me in an Eagles song, doesn't it? Or Don Henley. But everything does change. Everything changes. Are you having a really good time? That will change too. Into an even better time. It doesn't have to go good, bad, but good and greater good and even more greater good. But see, we've been trained to think, when's the other shoe gonna drop? Just waiting around for it. And by golly, it always does, doesn't it? Because things happen in threes. But good happens in an infinite number. Good always comes around again. This is how the law works. So that's not just the way that it is. We may say, it is what it is. And it is in that moment. When we take a picture of something, it's that way in that moment. But that's just a snapshot. That's not the way that it's always going to be. Everything changes. And that's the beautiful of the fluid process of the universe. And we, being the wonderful metaphysicians and scientists of life that we are, we look for the good. What's better than the best? As we become more conscious of our individually and collectively combined consciousness, we understand that we are consciously co-creating the direction of our changes. So what's on your horizon for 2025? Woohoo! Can we break free of the old paradigms? Just another year, here we go. Can we dissolve the old structures of belief and create new ones? And boy, it's happening right now. Our world, it's never happened like this before. It has never been this incredibly transformative. Do you know how much spiritual coin you had to pay to be alive right now during these times? There's a lot of beings that are hanging around going, gosh, I wish I would have been there during that time. It's so crazy down there. We're living it. And we get to be part of the transformative change for the positivity. We're the light workers. And more people are being attracted to this type of positive thought teaching than ever before. Because people are frustrated. People are trying to figure out what the hell is going on in this plane of existence. And they're dissatisfied with the answers they get from the media, from the news. People are seeking positive outcomes, aren't they? I know I am. When we clear our consciousness, that is, our whole mental picture, discord falls away. But we have to detach from what's not working in our life. Not to deny it, but if energy flows where your attention goes, and you're concentrating on what's not working, the universe says, oh, that's what they want. Give them more of what's not working. Let's show them how it's not going to work out. So we need to change our trajectory. Change your point of perspective of viewing your challenge. It can't change until we change our trajectory. Healing comes from spiritual realization, whether the healing of an individual body or the global body that we're all in the process of healing. It does no good to fight the appearance. Now, this doesn't mean we don't stand up for what we believe in. It means we don't fight it. Because when you fight something, you become part of the energy of the challenge. What we have to do is know the truth with and for it. What does this look like all healed? And live in that consciousness. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Buckminster Fuller said, "You never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, build a new model, and that makes the existing model obsolete." Interesting, isn't it? So don't try to change things that you want to have changed. Build a new reality. If somebody writes you a pink slip, write a green slip for yourself somewhere else. Who are they? Who are a they? You've put all of your energy that is meant for source energy into a doctor or your boss or your coworker or your neighbor or fill in the blank, a family member maybe. You know what? They're not the boss of me. I don't have a barcode on my heel that says an expiration date. Because I live on forever. Okay, back to my talk. When we stop fighting the existing condition, whether in our world or the world of our consciousness, it shifts our attention to asking, what needs to happen here instead? What does it look like healed? And we open at that moment to the infinite intelligence of spirit. See, us of our individual consciousness can only do so much. But when we tap into source energy consciousness, Christ consciousness, Jesus the Christ consciousness, source energy, great spirit, whatever you want to call it is your business. There are as many names for the divine energy of source as there are people in the world, because everybody has their own religion. Spirit is continually seeking to express its nature through us. And visioning is a great way of listening within to the question that we're asking. What if you knew the answer to the question intuitively? Anybody in touch with their intuitive side here? You ever had that gut feeling and then not listen to it and go, I should have listened to my gut feeling? How often do we do that? Like, if I'd only listened to my gut feeling, I'd be okay. But nope, I didn't. Well, now's the time to do that. Listen to it. Follow your intuition. You know, people spend a lot of time being anti this and resisting that. And yes, there's some resistance that needs to happen, but this is why we have these bumper stickers. Respond instead of resisting with love. If someone is spewing hatred and harm and fear, love them. They're missing the love. Now, don't go up to them and go, I'm just going to love you because until you can learn to love yourself, that'll really get them going. What the? No, we have to, within our own mind, say a silent prayer for divine right action. I don't know what their highest and best is, but I know the divine does. And when I do a prayer for someone for divine right action, I know that whatever they're working with, whatever they're dealing with, that the divine will come forward in a way, in miraculous ways, that will be the healing in their life that they need through this situation. See the difference? You know, I may not think I know what's great for my neighbor to do. And if they would just fix that fence, my dog wouldn't get out the hole in the fence. Well, fix the fence yourself. If you see something, fix it. Maybe you bring them cupcakes for Christmas or holiday, whatever you believe in. You know, with a Home Depot gift card. You know, subtly. So, Spirit is continually seeking to express its nature through us. It's important to say no to what we don't want to continue. But no is just the starting point. Ernest Holmes invites us to be the people who are for something and against nothing. Emma Curtis Hopkins uses the idea of denials, saying no to what we don't want. But that's used in conjunction with naming our good of what we do want. We don't just say no. We say no, and this is the yes. You know, at the end of the year, at the end of this year, we're going to be invited at the last service or the first service of next year to write down all the things that we want to be, do, and have for the next year. We're also going to write a letter to ourselves releasing those things that no longer serve us. So when we get rid of the things that no longer serve us, we have to fill it with something that we do want. If we don't, the universe decides for us what would be the best thing for us to have. This is why we want to give the universe some suggestions of the direction we want to go in. We call it the burning bowl ceremony, where we take all of the things that no longer serve us and we give them to me, and I take them home and ceremoniously burn them in my fireplace. And then you write a letter to yourself of what you want for the next year. You know, we're in a whole new way of being right now. And the old energy won't fit in the new consciousness that we're building. The old ways, have you found that some of the old ways don't work anymore? That's because they've served their purpose. Bless them and thank them for their time and be open to the new ways of learning. You know, things aren't just the way they are because it just happened. Well, it just happened to me. I don't know, it always just happens to me. You just happened to be walking by here and you got sucked into this center for spiritual living. I don't know how it happened, but you found yourself here. You don't have to suffer anymore. Growth is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Now, you may be in the middle of suffering about something, and that's okay. You can decide to stop that suffering and learn and move forward into what you do want to have happen. What does it look like healed? So, this holy day season, we're invited to co-create something new in our world. Something is happening. Some big shift is happening right now. I've been saying this for years. We're on the threshold of a huge change. Oh, we are. We definitely are. We're more than, we have passed the threshold. We are in the new world. And some of us don't want to go. Some of us are resisting the change, and that's okay. 5 more minutes, Mommy. Just 5 more minutes. And that's how we should treat our children, right? We're going to be leaving the playground in 10 minutes. Oh, okay. Okay, it's 5 minutes. We're going to be leaving the playground. You can't say, I didn't warn you. We're leaving the playground now. I gave you 10 minutes. Wah, I don't want to go. But it's much easier when we have a little sign, don't we? We don't like to be smacked upside the head by the universe, the 2x4. But sometimes that's the only way you can get our attention. I like to know that little angel wings can come and tickle my cheeks and let me know that everything's changing, honey. My mom would say, butterfly kisses. She'd take her little eyelashes against my cheek. You know, we often stop because we don't know how. How do you do this thing called change? Well, there is that within you that knows. And when we tap into what knows, transformation occurs. So in conclusion, we like to say that our thoughts are creative, but do we really believe that? The seeming solidness of both personal situation and the conditions in the world are calling for a new consciousness, a new heaven, and new thoughts, and a new earth. When we lift ourselves out of our old beliefs, out of old solid thinking, we move into the metaphysical realm of possibility. And if it's done unto us as we believe, we are at the place where our core beliefs may need to be changed. 10 more minutes. Change is a-coming. This is your warning sign. But it's a good change. This is something you want. How often do we cling to the rock in the middle of the river because we know this challenge when there's a beautiful beach right there? But we have to let go in faith. So clear out the resistance of your past, your disbelief, your stuckness in old ways, and allow the new reality that is forming to transform your world into a new miraculous energy of love. Love is what it's all about, okay? Whatever you do, do it with love. Even if you're in the midst of a challenge, love so deeply that nothing else matters. Can you do that? Can you find love in this world of change right now? Can you turn away from what doesn't work and not be discouraged? Not discouraged, but encouraged. Maybe your challenges are a prayer request to move towards spirit. So, I would invite you to be the change you seek in the world and know that something beautiful is happening by means of you. And so it is. Thank you. Well, it's time for us to follow our teaching now. So I encourage you to take a moment and close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, or take a soft focus on the beautiful flowers. Let's just take a moment and remember who we are. I invite you to bring to the forefront of your consciousness what you believe the creative energy of love is to you. What is the power of creative genius? You are a divine emanation in the awesome power of the universe expressing itself as only you can. You are a miracle. And as we turn towards the miraculous energy of transformation right here, right now, new vistas are presented to us. New ways of being and new solutions are being presented to us. Grateful for the energy of the challenges of the previous experience, we now let go. As we smile upon our inner selves, forgetting us through to this point of transformation, where a new world is being presented. And as we embrace that new energy, we are transformed by the renewing of our minds. Healing is happening right here and right now. Healing in our body, moving all the right cells to all the right places for the perfect healing. In the body of our consciousness, healing those places that may have felt neglected or misunderstood, that there is now understanding and divine transformation and love. Love is happening right here and right now. And as we allow that love to permeate every corner of our consciousness, a new shower of transformation and beauty tingles our body in such a beautiful way that we are renewed. We are transformed right here and right now. Giving great thanks for being the transformation that we seek in the world. We let go, releasing this word directly into the living, loving law of mind, letting go of anything that may have previously blocked our inner flow so that we may trip the light fantastic right here and right now. Thank you, divine loving energy, as we affirm this together by saying, and so it is. Amen. Whew. Okay, it is time for our prosperity affirmation. So I invite you to take your gift and put it on your heart, or just your hand on your heart if that's what you're giving today, and let's recite our affirmation together. With all my heart, I give freely and joyously, knowing that limitless, invincible, opulent wealth and supply is mine by being in the world. And so it is. Thank you, Dave. Let's say a prayer for our offertory this morning. From the love of pure spiritual energy, these tithes and gifts have been collected. They are evidence of our faith, our belief, and our ability to manifest in this world of form. And they do good work in this world. They bless the giver and the receiver and allow this, the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living, to be open and available to those who are remembering who they are, and for those who may not even know it yet in this community. And for that, this entire community and world is blessed with the beauty of belief. And so it is. Amen. Thank you. Well, let's stand up and sing our closing song, shall we? And it's time for our benediction, so please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening right now. It's happening in my mind. It's happening in my body. And it's happening in the body of my affairs. I think it, I feel it, and I know it. Just the way that it is, and just the way that it is not. Thank you, life. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Merry Christmas, happy holidays.